What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you guys today? Welcome to another episode of Phenomenal Views. Of course, I am your host, Nick Smith, and this is my review for Purge election year. So now, for any of those who did not know, I actually really liked the second Purge. I thought it was better than the first. I thought that this was actually a good way to actually make the Purge kind of, in its own way, itself a character. I thought it was done really well. I mean, it's not like one of those, like, amazing movies that's gonna, like, change the way of films as we see it, but I thought it was a decent sequel, and I felt like they showed us that this is what the Purge needs to be, not people who are locked up in a house for the entire, like, for 15 minutes of the final act of the movie. So, yeah, I love the second one. The first one, my niece Hannah and I thought it was okay. I was really looking forward to Purge election year. When I finally seen the trailer, I was like, awesome, yes, they're doing what my idea was, and this was kind of what I had in mind, and I'll put my my review for the Purge Anarchy in the comment section below, or in the description box, or both. I'll do both. But basically, and there are going to be spoilers, so if you do not want to know what happens in this video, stop watching now, because I'm going to go into a little bit of spoiler territory. So let's get going. Basically, the entire thing with Purge election year is it actually goes back to, I think they said, the first Purge, and like talk about how a certain woman, her family was murdered, except her. She survived, and so now she's going to try to become president so she can stop the Purge from happening. Now, one thing that I did like about this is they actually do reveal really why the Purge was created. And, you know, in the first movie, it's like the Purge works. Crime is down, the economy is doing great, but they never really gave a reason on why the Purge was created. And in the first movie, it's like, oh, well, because, you know, we're a violent species, all that blah, 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 blah. No. Actually, the reason why the Purge is created is just so people in the government, the new founding fathers, don't have to really take care of people that the government is supposed to take care of. So, like, poor people, it's basically, they're saving money is pretty much what it is. They invented the Purge so they wouldn't have to spend money to do stuff like dying kids or poor people or homeless. The government's basically being what they probably kind of are now, actually, except not murdering people, I guess. I don't know. Please don't come after me. But basically that's what the whole entire thing behind the Purge is so that way the government doesn't have to spend money and try to help homeless and sick people. That's all. That's really all that it is. And so this woman is doing her best, trying to show that she does not represent the Purge and she will not do anything to stoop down to that level. And even like when people are saying like, you need to do this, she's like, no, if I do this, I'm just as bad as they are, or you are just as bad as the people who represent the Purge and who support it are. You're nothing different from them. And she feels like a really good character. And they also brought back the guy from the second movie, which I thought was good as well. The main character, he is her head of security, and they actually do bring him back, and he is the same character. Hey, how about that? Michael Bay actually knows how to be convenient. Or, not convenient. The point is, he knows how to, he's actually, whatever. But I thought that this was actually good, and they could actually stop here. I mean, like, some villains, you know, like, that they're gonna be the villains, like, in the trailers, like, when you see, like, the girls, like, with the big mask that says, "Kiss Me," I knew exactly who that was as soon as the movie started. I was like, yeah, okay, I know who you are. I know exactly who you are. And she was annoying. But we did get some interesting characters. Unfortunately, we kind of don't get enough. They don't spend enough time kind of really devising into a couple characters. They do. I wish that they would have done a little bit more. They did well with the senator. We already know the guy from the second movie. They did good with this one character about who owns a deli, and that's his whole life. And so I thought that was some good character development on him, of how this is his legacy, this is all he has, and if he loses it, he's going to go broke. And it really shows how corrupt the government is because of the Purge. And when I watched Purge Anarchy, I was like, okay, they could do two things with this. One, make a final movie and end it. End the Purge, end the movie series. Or they could go the Saw route and make 7 other films. And I honestly don't want to see 7 other movies about the Purge. I really don't. Now, I would not mind one more, and it either being a prequel. I'm a sucker for origin stories, okay? And I know, like, the whole entire thing, well, maybe it's just left to the best of your imagination. That's true, but I do like origin stories. That's just who I am. I do like origin stories. The second one is still my favorite. I like it better than the first. Guys, overall, I'm going to give Purge election year... I'm going to give Purge the election year a C+. It's one of those summer films, and it was a good way on hopefully ending the franchise, and if they don't, and if they just keep making more... Oh boy. Oh boy. Now, unless I did have another idea that they could do one more where people who are angry that the Purge is over still try to do the Purge one last time or something like that. Something along those lines. But this is a good way to stop the Purge. This was a good way to end it here. You wrapped it up in a bow. This could end nicely, and they could maybe like make one or more 2 movies out of it, like a prequel, like I suggested, or something else. Now, one thing that I was honestly wondering was, in the beginning of the movie, they did kind of do a lock-up in the house thing, and I was like, oh no, please, please don't do this, please. And I was like, oh, okay, good, awesome. They had people locked in the house for a minute, but then they got out, and then it moved to the street. The Purge, if you're going to do another Purge movie, it belongs on the streets, not in someone's house, because this allows us to get a bigger mindset of what could happen on Purge night. Show, don't tell. And that is exactly what they did in both this movie and in Purge Anarchy. But guys, put in the comments below, if you have seen Purge election year, what did you think of it? I honestly thought that it wasn't bad. I like the second one's still my favorite, but overall, I think it has a good. I think it's good enough to watch, better than the first. But for those who are watching this, thank you for subscribing and thank you for the likes. Let's try to get this video at least 20 likes. Let's try to get that. I hope that's not asking for much. But I want to take this moment to thank my fans who love my videos, who love what I do. I love what I do, and I love doing what I do because I love sharing my opinions and I love entertaining you guys. And I love doing this as a hobby, and it's just fun for me. You guys make my channel grow, not me. And I want to take a special moment to say thank you. Well, guys, hit that like button unless you're upside down like Spider-Man. It's this one. Please don't hit the dislike button, because that would be bad. Guys, have a good day, and enjoy the rest of your summer. Because we're all going to have to go back to school soon eventually. It's sad but true. Have a good day, guys.